Okay.
Alrighty, guys. So this is round 8 of the Ascendance game, and I am just so happy to be here. Last round was definitely crazy. I played a vest on my best friend, Miss Natalie, and then Natalie played a vest on me. The only difficult part of that plan was that we didn't really need to, so I feel like that we wasted one. But ultimately, in the end, both of us were safe, so we're happy about that. Unfortunately, now it's the merge, which means that there's going to be a lot said, and then there's going to be a lot taking place in this entire merge as a whole. I feel like that what really needs to happen this particular vote is we need to get rid of Curtis. We need to get rid of somebody who has a lot of power in this game. We need to get rid of people who will do a lot more bad than good as far as our games go. We really need to ensure that we have the numbers, me, Romeo, Robbie, and Natalie. And in order to do so, I am planning to continue to try and, make Tony feel a lot more safe in this group with all of us. And so is everybody else. It's not just me. Because it's Robbie's idea to really pull Tony into this group. Because personally, I think Tony's a cool guy. I just don't really feel like that he has our best intentions in mind. But with everything I plan to tell him about what Curtis said to me, I feel like that there's a lot to definitely manipulate in the situation, and definitely see where I can put forward. And with that said, I feel like that there's a lot to definitely take advantage of in this merge situation. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for me since I've heard that I'm going to be probably a target again. So, shocker on that, right? Wrong. Since I've been targeted every fucking round since the beginning. So, what's new? But aside from that, I can only hope that my social game and my continuous obligation and dedication to those that I care about in this game will continue to showcase the fact that I am a very big threat in this game. And if every time somebody fails to get rid of me, it's their biggest mistake. So that's that on that.
Okay, I want to pick your brain. Don't let me forget to ask the questions I always ask too. But I
Okay.
want to pick your brain on, a live night's coming up. You know that's going to mean voting out some people on the spot. What is your plan to get things stable going into live night?
I feel like that the way that things need to be stable in this game is that we need to have constant communication. We need to have people that are dedicated to the way that we are all supposed to work together. We can't have any, disagreements, major disagreements, I'm going to say. We can't, subject ourselves to possible betrayal. We can't be manipulated by those that are surrounding us in a way where we feel like that we have to question what other people in our group do, because ultimately we've been working together for a very long time now. And I'll be honest, I was separated from the majority of these people for a long period of time. And, I had to make a move that I needed to make, and when I had the opportunity, and thus I did. And now that Chandler's out of the way and has been out of the way, I've been able to actually evolve and be a lot more productive in this season as a whole. So, you know, you have to be strong, you have to be loyal, and you have to continue to stick to your loyalties. And I'm not going to fall away from that. And I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say in this game. I will vote that ass out at all times whenever I feel the need necessary. I mean, right now I'm playing a sympathy story because I feel like that people are constantly targeting me. And that's not a sympathy story that I personally feel. It's the truth, but I'm not sad about it. In fact, I live with it and I relish it because nobody can ever get enough of Constance Ashton.
Okay, here comes the question. I don't know if you're prepared.
Okay.
Who is set up in the best position right now to win this game? And I know you just answered a survey, but what do you think?
I feel like that as a whole in my heart, I feel like that with the way that this game is lining up, I feel like that Robbie is in a really good place to win this game if he can take out Curtis. If he fails to get rid of Curtis, then ultimately in the end, Curtis might have a chance to win this game.
So we're going to add on to my question now. So we're getting to the point in the game where numbers are coming down. If you see Robbie as that biggest threat, how do you swap that to where you are the biggest threat to win the game?
Well, personally, in my opinion, I don't really feel like I need to swap a lot of what I'm already doing as is. I mean, if you don't see me as a threat now, then you're not going to see it coming when you get to the finale with me. And the reason why is because I've played a game where it's been a constant underdog story. I've been targeted consistently. I let people know that I'm targeted, and I let people know that it's obviously boring, it's obviously typical, and it's going to be something that people are going to consistently do. Now, people don't necessarily see that as a threat in the beginning or in the midterm or even right now because it's just all of what Constance says. It doesn't necessarily mean of anything important to anybody right now. But the more that you allow me to be able to build my story, the more that you allow me to be able to stay in this game and allow me to use your powers, your advantages, and everything else that I have at my disposal, I'm not following you. You're using what you can on me to get me further. And that is what's going to make me a bigger threat in this game if nobody catches on.
Okay, let's switch gears and say, who do you trust the most right now?
Definitely Miss Natalia Finella.
And is that because she followed through with the vest last round?
Well, personally, she didn't. It's not just because she followed through with the vest. I actually really enjoy Miss Natalie. Miss Natalie is somebody who just is a really, great, big-hearted individual with a lot to offer. She is definitely a personality, and I'm basically what keeps her calm. And I mean, honestly, I think I am the level-headed one of the bunch. But Natalie, between Natalie and Robbie, Robbie's cool. Seriously, love the Jew to death, and I do trust him. But Natalie is just somebody who I could see myself sitting in a final with, just because I just really enjoy her.
So, can you talk a little bit about how the vest play went down? Was that prearranged for you to play the vest on her? And did you know that she was going to play the vest on you?
So the initial process was for me to act like I was surprised at the fact that Natalie actually had a vest, when in reality the entire situation of it all was that I knew that I had a vest, and I knew that Natalie was going to be receiving a vest from Robbie. Robbie had an additional vest. Now, we were trying to concoct multiple ideas and thoughts in regards to how the situation would plan out, how it would go down and whatnot. And we didn't necessarily know for sure who was going to be targeted, but shocker, I was targeted again. So basically, the original plan, just before Tribal Council, was that I would play my original vest that I was given from Keaton onto Natalie, and if it was nullified, then I was going to play that vest. Well, I'm sorry. Natalie was going to play her vest on herself again if Natalie was the vote, so that way any votes cast against her wouldn't count. Now, if it wasn't nullified, Natalie was going to play the second vest on me to see if there was any votes against me, and then if that wasn't nullified, we'd be good to go because me and Natalie would both be safe. So obviously, Natalie didn't receive any votes, but I received 2 votes. Now, I definitely agree that maybe we didn't need to use both of them, but it's always good to still have the both of us, and we still have a couple more advantages that Robbie still has at his disposal, and which is a nullifier, a vote block, and I think an extra vote. So that's what the main plan was. And I act very surprised, but I obviously wasn't because I already knew the situation.
So, I have two follow up questions. How nervous were you that she wouldn't use it on you?
I wasn't nervous at all. I do believe Natalie would stick to her word. I would never think that she would betray me. I feel like that she's somebody that I could see myself sacrificing herself over me any day of the week. And that's not to say I wouldn't ever want her to do that because, that's just not how I would want to play. Because, guaranteed, I'm just going to say it, if it ain't me, then I don't really care. um, but I wasn't nervous at all. She really is loyal.
So, only 4 of the 5 votes were revealed. Have you figured out where you think the votes actually lied last round?
I feel like that Tony genuinely did vote for Slade. I feel like that Slade self-voted, I believe. No, 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 no. I don't think Slade self-voted. Slade voted for me, but then I think Tony voted for Slade. And it is a little weird that the votes kind of fell down that way. And that's what we want to believe. But we're making Tony, be aware of the fact that, like, even if he did vote me, I don't care. The whole thing is that this dude's being targeted by everybody else right now because he's being accused of playing the middle. And if this dude wants any kind of fucking safety, he's gonna do what we want, how it's supposed to be done. And if he doesn't, well, oh well, we'll just do something else to just get rid of him and show everybody exactly who he is.
Okay, I have one final question. You
Yes,
said
ma'am.
Robbie is in a really good position to win this game if he gets Curtis out. So it sounds like getting
Yeah.
Curtis out is the best move for Robbie's game. What's the
Hmm.
best move for Constance's game?
The best move for my game personally will be getting rid of Jimmy. She's so annoying. She literally does not need to be here. I feel like that she is all talk, no walk, has a lot to say, but doesn't have enough information to back up what she says. And honestly, I feel like that she has an issue that she can never arrange with me and trying to work it out rather than continue to kind of smack it around and just tell everybody else about it. And I'm just kind of fed up with somebody who's as immature and as more older than I am and can't even talk about anything on an adult like level. So personally, I feel like that people like that don't need to be in this game where people are actually trying to compete, trying to lay low, and trying to actually, be more mature, build bonds. Even if I know that they're against me, at least I know it and they ain't talking shit because they definitely will be called out on that. So, it is what it is.
So we will see you tomorrow at 9 to see where that vote actually lands tomorrow then.
Oh, I know.
Any
And if
final
it's
thoughts?
me, yeah, if it's me, I just would like to say that this game has been like so fun. I've definitely outdone myself in my opinion in this game. I feel like that in the beginning I was definitely perceived as somebody who was a little bit, worried about, sorry, people were worried about whether or not that I was going to actually be as active as I said that I would, or not be as contributing as people thought I would, or be as controversial as people claimed I would be. When in reality, I've played a really strong game. I've been very social. I've done everything that I could to the best of my ability, strategically and tactically. I feel like that I have been, just taking this entire game with stride, never letting any person get the best of me, and not letting any bitch try to stand up to me. So, because in the end, I say what I say, I do what I do, and I, stand by everything. And it doesn't matter if it's me versus this entire game or with friends facing the rest of the game. I do what I want when I want, and whether or not I go out of this game doing what I want, at least I know that I did it and I have no regrets when I go out.
I'm glad to hear that because I know round one, when you saw the cast reveal, you were worried that you might be on shaky ground. So I'm glad that you're having fun.
Well, I mean, yeah, and thank you. I appreciate that. And I really was on shaky ground because there was a point where Papa had to stop Jimmy for what she was saying, and I knew that what that girl was going to say. I already knew. And I mean, this game's just been a constant struggle for me, not on a personal level, just on a game level. Nobody's really like half this game has not given me a chance. But the thing is that everybody that's targeted me has went home. Madison, Keaton, Chandler, JJ. Like I'm just saying, I'm building a resume.
All right. We will see you tomorrow night.
Alrighty, thanks guys,
Bye.
and